All right, so another quote unquote rest day. It's full body, just like the previous days before. And here I'm doing step ups, and then followed by a single leg RDLs, right? So it's gonna help a lot with my balance and just being able to do those single leg exercises. Help a lot with imbalances, like muscle imbalances, stuff like that. Maybe if you bias one muscle group over the other, stuff like that, it can fix those and can make those corrections. And I'm just kind of doing them just to try them out, really, to be honest. I haven't really ever done step ups like that before. I don't think I've ever even done them on the channel. And I have done single leg RDLs, but I'm not the best at them. And I'm not like super duper consistent on them. So that's why my balance is kind of like trash. But, it's just the beginning. So, once I get used to them and I do them more consistently, if I do them more consistently, I'm going to be able to do them with a lot more efficiency, and I'll probably be able to get like better muscle mind connection, since my form is going to be likely to improve as I keep on doing them. And in regards to the step ups felt really good. Quads, glutes, stuff like that. And it's as if it's kind of like I'm doing like an extreme lunge or whatever the case may be. And so they're probably like really good for people who like to go on hikes, for people who do mountain trailings and stuff like that. I was doing them again, like I said, just to try them out, just to see something other than the bodyweight squat, because I know I rely heavily upon the bodyweight squat and Hindu squats and just doing like hundreds of reps of those. But I just wanted to, again, like just try something different, see how other exercises work and how I feel on them. And if they felt really good, I got a really good stretch in my hips, in my quads, and in my glutes. Actually, since I was supersetting these exercises, I got a really good, like my glutes were like destroyed, bro. And it's a pretty good. These are pretty good exercises for your posterior chain, I feel like. And then of course you're gonna hit your quads as well with the step ups, especially if you get like that deep, like how it is right there, like my hamstring is touching the back of my calf and stuff like that. And the way I did these exercises, I just put on a 5-minute timer, and I just did just like sets of 4 of each movement and back to back. So it would be like 2 reps each movement, and I would just basically 2 reps each leg, sorry, and I would just basically do the sets back to back to back to back until my 5 minutes ran up. And then I did the same thing with my upper body exercises, which are going to be following after these lower body exercises, which I just did diamond push-ups, rows, and leg raises or knee raises, right? And I just did half reps, and I did like 5 reps each movement. And the reason why I'm doing half reps is because, this is kind of like a quote-unquote rest day. So I'm just kind of like working below my max capacity, so that way I can make sure tomorrow, when it's Monday, I'll be able to train a lot harder and stuff like that. So I'm taking like these weekend days as more of rest days, although this video will be going up on Monday, but that's besides the point. Speaking of Monday, right, I will be starting school again, my sophomore year of college, and I'm pretty excited, to be honest. It's going to give me something to do, during these couple of months on summer break. I just feel like I haven't had much to do. So one thing I definitely have to improve upon is being able to find ways to keep myself occupied in a productive way, in a way that I feel like is going to help me, instead of just like being busy just to be busy for the sake of it, but to find things that I'll actually enjoy doing and spending time on, that can help like maybe improve like just any skills that I have in general. Another thing with school, stuff like that, having like a schedule and whatnot, I'll be able to establish like routine better. Usually I'm not too bad at establishing routine if I have like something based around my days. So like an example could be work. At my old job, during these breaks and stuff like that, I would work like every day basically, or most days out of the week. And my routine would just be based around me, I guess, going to work, and it'd be based around what I do outside of work mostly. And so what I did outside of work mattered a lot. Whether I whether it be like in the morning before work or in the evening after work. And then school. So again, school is another thing, right? So when you're doing school, you have school assignments. You're bringing, basically school from school to home. Now you got, homework or whatever the case may be, projects to do, due dates, blah blah blah, quizzes. So it's like a lot of my life inside and outside of school ends up being revolved around school. And then now it's just me taking those little moments and that I have, like my own me time, my own free time, and seeing what I can do with them. Like that could be dealing with this channel, that could be dealing with more of my personal artistic stuff, that could be dealing with just social interactions with just friends, hanging out with friends, going to places, hanging out with my family, and then just like building up other aspects of me, like reading books, trying to learn some new type of skill or hone my other skills that I'm already developing, stuff like that, and just being more mindful and things like that. And so I definitely am excited to start school, because like I'll be able to see friends again. Of course I have friends, like, but it's like outside of school. It's like, we're busy, we're at work. Some of them don't even live in the state. Like they're like cross-state students or whatever they call it, overstate students. And so they'll end up going back to their homes, and then they'll come back to Georgia once school starts again. So I'll be able to see some familiar faces, probably make some new friends as well, and just see how these next 3 quarters go for school, and maybe even do summer quarter if I'm up to it, just so I can try and get through school sooner, and then be able to just see what's going to be out there for me once I graduate. And that's just one thing about like school, is like the connections as well. It's like, sure, you might have to pay a lot of tuition or fees and stuff like that, but you have to be like, since you're in that environment, you have to make the best of it. If you chose to be in school, to go to school, or maybe even if you got pressure to go into school, since you're there, you should make the best of it. You should study as hard as you can, apply for scholarships, just try and work hard and hang around people who will allow you to do the right things, right? Because some people can go to like these expensive ass colleges and then be complete flunkies, bro. It's like, I don't know, maybe it wasn't their choice, maybe they just decided to jump into it. But it's like, they'll go to school, and it's like a good, nice school with a lot of opportunities, and then they'll just be like, and I don't mean flunkies because they lack the ability to like learn properly. I mean flunkies because like they just actively make bad decisions that don't allow for their academics to take place, right? Or they don't allow for other opportunities that could be outside of school, or that can lead them outside of school, or whatever the case may be. They don't allow those opportunities to be seen because they're doing other things, right? Or they don't even come across those opportunities because they don't put themselves in an environment to be, to have access to those doors, right? Or to have those doors open in their life. So one way to have access to those opportunities is with the people you hang around, bro. Like hang around like smart, productive people that have ambitions, and they're even working on stuff outside of school. Like, they're doing a YouTube channel, maybe they're, I don't know, maybe focusing on some type of artistic brand, or they're doing some type of business, or they're saving their money, or they're investing, whatever, bro, whatever it is, man. Like, honestly, bro, like if you're young, like 20s, 20 something, like 18, getting out of high school, bro, you should be like on it, bro. And I need to take this advice too. I'm not the most consistent person in the world, but I know I can definitely, in moments, I can definitely get down to it, right? And so I just need to develop that, I guess, that muscle, basically, that part of my brain that, like, really does enjoy being productive and doing a lot of work, and just making things happen and stuff like that. And making those habits more attractive, right? If you want to basically get better at doing stuff, you have to make that stuff that you feel like you need to do more attractive, and make all the stuff that you want to drop and stop doing less attractive. And that's just like a habitual thing, right? So it's like, what habits do you do that lead up to you to making those bad decisions? What habits do you do that lead up to you making those great decisions, right? Those good decisions. So if you basically put those good decisions right in front of your face, you're gonna make them more often. But if you make those bad decisions harder to reach, if you make those bad decisions on the top shelf, right, put them on the top shelf or put them downstairs in the deep freezer, right, you're less likely to make those bad decisions. So again, that's just like hanging around the right people. That can be just even consuming the type of content and music you consume, right? So just tend to your mind like a garden, right? Give it greatness.